Hey guys, how's it going? This is Bit Dealer, and I hope you guys are having a great day so far. First off, I want to apologize for not uploading much lately. I know got some requests for videos. Haven't had a lot of time, but today I do have some extra free time, so I figured might as well chat about the market and give you guys an update of what I've been up to. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys have been active in crypto lately. A lot of uh, fun developments going on. I know price action has been a little questionable, but yeah, let's just go ahead and start off with a blank Bitcoin chart. So looking at the overall market, obviously topped out at 65K, got a significant pullback down to 30K or so, and now we're just kind of consolidating. So we can go ahead and break down the chart and start marking out some levels. First level I'm going to mark out, since we're on the monthly time frame, is the monthly open. Always like to mark out monthly, weekly, daily opens. And now we can go ahead and start marking out some support and resistance levels. So first off, highest candle close up here is resistance. It's about at 58.8K. And that's just, like I said, the highest candle close up here. The lowest candle close down here would be at 35K. And also I will go ahead and mark out this previous all-time high of 2017. I think that should be good as far as the, actually let me do one more. Let's see, I'm going to mark out the yearly open. All right, so these are pretty good monthly levels. I think gives you a good idea of the structure that we were in right now. So just a little recap. So late in 2020, end of the year, broke above the 2017 all-time high with some really strong candles. In 2021 so far, we got January, February, March, pushing higher. One thing to take note is of the different shapes of these candles, right? You can see these almost have no top wick, which means they closed near the highs with little resistance pushing them down. You see, we kind of started to slow down and blow off some steam once we started getting some higher wicks, or some wicks that are taller on the upside. And all three of these are, you match that description pretty well compared to these three, which is just an interesting little note. But yeah, first quarter of the year push higher. Once Q2 hit, April saw a little rejection, took out the highs. It was our first down candle in since September. This was followed by a significant sell-off here, with another sell-off and down candle followed. You can see we haven't really broke below the yearly open. We did get one test of the yearly open, a little bit lower than it. But as of now, it's acted as pretty clear support. Price has pushed higher into, what is that, 42.50. So you can think of our range pretty much as like 40K to 30K, with a mid-range about 35K, which is where that monthly level lines up. So let's go ahead and break it down into the weekly time frame. One thing to note real quick is that volatility has pretty much died off until like this past week or so. So it could be a sign that we're getting some expansion going forward, and watch out for some volatility to the upside or downside. I think momentum is a little bit to the upside right now and a little bit more bullish, but you always got to be prepared for both scenarios. So on the weekly time frame here, we can go ahead and mark out the weekly open, which is just below 40K. And so, quick note, we are below the monthly open and below the weekly open. Above the yearly open, though, which is important. That's a really key level that we don't want to break. I think if we see that break, we're in for some pretty big downside moves. But Yeah, the weekly time frame doesn't offer us a lot more than monthly or daily. Here we can see that we had like after the sell off, we had 9, 9 kind of sideways candles, more or less, of just choppy range bound price action. This candle here, most recent week, kind of got some more momentum to the upside. We have taken out this initial low here, so I can place that here because we took it out. And then the high up here, you can see we just recently took that out. So I'll place another marker there. So that's always something to keep in mind whenever we are, whenever we are range bound, you want to mark out the highs and lows and wait for these things to, wait for wicks to take out the highs and lows, access extra liquidity, take out stops, shake people up. It's usually what we see within these range bound moves. So I think one clear resistance level is here, just below 50K, a nice round number. It's kind of like the up move before the down move, which would more or less be a supply zone. We'll mark out that supply zone on a lower time frame. Also, I want to mark out this level. It's kind of a weird level, but I think it's important because you can see that price has kind of acted or used it as resistance a little bit and has bounced around that level. It was also resistance here. It's kind of just like that, head and shoulders type pattern. Okay, I don't know why that turned out so shitty, but you get the point. So yeah, I just like to mark out that level. I'm going to add it as support here. And now we can go ahead and go to the daily time frame. I think daily is where we're seeing a lot of the, we can really, analyze it a little bit better. So we have this consolidation that is, basically like a base that has allowed us to consolidate and use it as support here, just right above that yearly open. We got basically like 2.5 months of sideways price action. I think a lot of people, kind of myself included, whenever we came down here on this last candle, I was expecting it to break. We've had multiple tests. If you want to count all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that was the 6th test of this kind of support level, with a ton of time in between these tests. So usually that would mean like, if price is sitting at this level, all the bids and, buy liquidity and confidence as well is getting used up, right? If price is spending a lot of time here, usually all the liquidity and orders are going to be filled by the time, price comes back to it. You can see here, price finally shot up. We had like 10 up days in a row, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 up days in a row, followed by 4 down days. I'd be interested to see a study of 10 up days in a row. I have done some other studies with different numbers, but never had 10 up days in a row that I've seen. So I'd be interested to see some stats behind that. So that's kind of, showing some bullish momentum. We have all kinds of people on Twitter, talking about whether we're in a bull market, bear market, where we're at of the overall, crypto market. In my opinion, I don't think we're in for another 2-year-long bear market. I think right now we're really just in the stage of like a cool off stage, right? I mean, Bitcoin went up, basically up only from like the time COVID hit with all the lockdowns and stuff. And basically went from like 3K or like 3.5K to, 65K. It's like almost 1,300%, which is just insane. You could probably thank the stimulus checks for that one. But yeah, basically up only. It wasn't too easy. It wasn't too hard to kind of guess the direction we were going. You could be long almost any asset and, see some really nice returns over, a course of a couple weeks. So I think Bitcoin was kind of just in that up only mode, really not leaving anybody guessing. Everybody, institutions were pouring in, momentum was there, especially with, you know, all the money printing going on. I don't know if you guys have seen the M1 or M2 chart of like, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, basically this, right? Basically, since I wish I could overlay this on Bitcoin. You probably can. I could just download it, but yeah, once basically United States started printing a shit ton of money, all the stimulus checks rolling out, people kind of became uncertain with the state of the United States dollar. Is inflation going to take over and cause us to lose a ton of value in our currency? I think a lot of that kind of talk was surrounding social media and kind of just driving the Bitcoin narrative home a little bit better. So I think that all of that kind of stuff contributed to this huge up move. And now we're just kind of in a pull off phase. Like the market basically topped around the Coinbase IPO. You guys have studied markets, things like that tend to happen pretty often. Highly anticipated events with a relatively bullish narrative, price going to shoot up until the day of that launch, and usually will sell off afterwards because people are taking profits, and kind of the event is realized at that point. So the hype factor kind of dies out, and people are getting basically a kick of reality, and so that kind of contributed to the sell-off, I think, as well as Elon Musk has had his fair share of impactful moments, with all his tweets and shit going on about Tesla accepting Bitcoin, and then Tesla not accepting Bitcoin any longer. And once he started kind of to FUD or, just talk shit on Bitcoin, lined up with the Coinbase IPO, and we just started seeing a big sell-off from there. Most people thought it would stop, at these lows once it takes it out and grab some extra liquidity, pushes higher, but that didn't happen. Price came back all the way down to 30K. So we, sold off basically, go to the very low, 55% from the high. Very solid pullback in a short amount of time. And now we've basically been consolidating for what, like almost 90 days. Yeah, basically, 2.5 months. So I think we have basically been cooling off, get people guessing again, and not make it so easy for everybody to make a shit ton of money. You know how the market is. I truly think at this point, max pain was not to the downside. Like if you look here, obviously this is hindsight. Hindsight's 2020, but I think max pain at this level was definitely up or more sideways. People were expecting price to go lower. They thought the shit was over, especially with all these tests of the support. Thought it was going to go lower, and everybody was waiting to buy. What happens? Price goes the opposite direction. Get all those up days in a row, and I think that's just really, it's actually not that surprising if you think about how Bitcoin reacts. Now that we've gotten so much consolidation in this range, if we get a decisive breakout to the upside, I would be looking for continuation there. So I would be looking at this level. Basically 50K. There's a lot of reasons why 50K is a good resistance level. First off, we have this weekly resistance level as well as the supply zone, and then add on the 50K, round number level. Basically 50K. I feel like that's a really talked about number for Bitcoin. So that's just something to keep in mind. If price does push up higher here, we're basically at the in between some support and then the monthly and weekly open. If we do break above here, I'd be expecting 50K to be tested. For any leverage positions or short-term longs, I'd be looking to take some profit there, lock profit in, considering how much consolidation and shitty price action we've had. Always want to lock that profit in. Obviously leave some on if you think we have more upside. The way I'm playing this is I'm just buying spots Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other assets. I'm really not intraday trading or actively trading whatsoever, especially not on leverage. So my game plan is a little bit longer term here, is just accumulate as much as possible while prices are lower, and then sell, obviously once the shit's a lot higher. So pretty simplified version of a trading strategy, but that's kind of where my mindset is right now. I'm doing a lot of research and building for the Tie. If you guys aren't familiar with the Tie, you can go to the Tieio. We're a data platform. We have an institutional data terminal called SigDev, or Significant Developments. We track over 7,000 different sources online, basically aggregate all of that into one data terminal where you can set custom alerts and news feeds and all of that into one place. You can check it out here if you go to the tie.io/terminal/financial, and you can see some screenshots and stuff. I'll actually give you a real sneak peek of it here. This is just a sneak peek of my dashboard where I have some custom SigDev feeds set up. But yeah, I'm not going to give you guys too much of this. We have some more content coming out soon where you guys will be able to see all of this, but just wanted to give you a heads up about the Tie. Been doing a lot of work there, building out stuff, doing research, building out the research team as well. Was able to bring on some people you guys might be familiar with if you know my backstory or have been following me for a while. We have Tommy Zero and Stingray, or KR Trades. Those have been my really good friends since 2017, since I got in crypto, and was able to bring them onto the Tie as research analysts. So, and then as well, we have my friend Justin. He's doing a lot of good research as well. So yeah, just been kind of working on that stuff, and building out our catalog of content. If you're interested in any of that content, head over to research.thetie.io. You can find some of my content. I do the weekly insights, the weekly newsletter. I do some market research. So if you go to research here, you can see some of my reports that I've done here. So first one is just on Solana and the ecosystem. I did a 50-page report on Solana, some of the technical benefits and distinctions of Solana. I was able to interview some really cool people like Anatoly, the co-founder of Solana. Added some stuff with Serum in here, and was able to have a conversation with Sam that I added in here. Yeah, right there. And then, just dove into some other projects. Plan on doing a Solana ecosystem part 2 pretty soon, since there are so many new projects coming out within the ecosystem, especially due to the hackathon. But yeah, we can move on to my next one. I just did a deep dive on Cosmos, or Atom, and the ecosystem. So, some more technical stuff and just a look at all the projects, what makes Cosmos different, and all of that. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And then last but not least, my most recent one is this Titans of Crypto, the impact of Elon Musk and Michael Saylor's tweets. So basically just looking at the impact that these guys have had on the crypto markets. It's might seem like I'm reaching, thinking that they actually affect the markets, but I provided some data and examples to help back up that claim. Definitely feel free to go through this. I will tell you now, the general results is that they definitely have an impact on Bitcoin, and it's a little bit more muted, but whenever you look at Elon Musk and Dogecoin tweets, it's very significant. You can see some data here, but on average, the 24-hour return after Elon Musk tweets about Doge is 13.8%. We can see some really relevant examples here of him just tweeting stuff like one word Doge, price, nearly went up almost 40% over 24 hours. If you're looking at these charts here, it's 6 hours before the tweet and 24 hours afterwards. But with our daily sentiment score as well as tweet volume. Here's a funny one: no highs, no lows, only Doge. You can see price immediately shot up 40% after that. Increase in investor sentiment and tweet volume surrounding Doge. Some more stuff with just memes and just looking at other examples of, of their tweets. And then at the bottom here, you can get some average data, just looking at average return per tweet by Elon Musk and Michael Saylor. You can see on average, when Elon tweets about Bitcoin, the 24-hour return is negative 1.6. When he tweets about Doge, it's 8.4. And then when Saylor tweets about Bitcoin, it's pretty muted. But you can see the sentiment changes as well as tweet volume changes. And yeah, guys, definitely recommend reading through all of this to get a little bit more of the details. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it as far as what I've been up to, doing a lot of research and stuff. I will give you guys kind of a quick overview of what I'm currently holding. So my positions are, like I said, just spot positions, not doing much intraday trading or with leverage or anything like that. Mostly what I'm doing is buying up Solana, Serum, Radium, and some Coke. I think really Serum is such a game changer to DeFi, and it really allows everything in the Solana ecosystem to integrate together and instantly access liquidity, millions and millions of dollars of liquidity due to the central limit order book. So I think that's really a game changer in DeFi, and I'm really excited to see where Serum goes from here. I will be making some more content on Serum and Solana and just some of these other projects, like doing deep dives on my YouTube channel. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my game plan, is just be cautious with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Make sure you're not over leveraged or over biased in any way. I think that we're still relatively bullish here. I definitely can see some more upside coming in the next few weeks. That's not, putting us out of the dangers of a potential downside move, though. Always be prepared, and I think patience here will be rewarded. So wait for a decisive move in one direction, and take it from there. But hey, guys, I've outlined most of my levels that I'm looking at, kind of some of the stuff I've been up to, and all that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely give me some feedback on research or these videos or anything that you guys have. I would love to hear some comments about what I could do better, or what I'm doing well and all of that. So yeah, guys, it was great talking. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.